Let's talk about our top story, the Easy Flow mask system by Breathe Easy. Now, it is our biggest problem, right? I mean, with COVID-19, our two biggest weapons have always been a mask and a sanitizer. And of course, social distancing could be a third that we can also take in. But two objects that have always been used has been a mask and a sanitizer. And the biggest problem with the mask does protect you, does keep you safe, but it is very uncomfortable wearing it for even short periods of time, forget for long. This is very, very simple. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So it's a mask that it comes, you can use it with any mask. It comes with one particular mask. You can use it with any mask. The system out here that draws in air, it's got a HEPA filter. The HEPA filter is right here. A very, very effective HEPA filter. Put this on, it will actually draw air in. There are 3 speeds. That's turned on. 3 speeds. You can actually have the first one if you're just normally roaming around and everything else works very well. Number 2, if you're walking around, you're in a car where you need some more flow. Number 3, for running around, and I've actually tried it. I'll give you that verdict later. And then it's drawing in all that air through this pipe and into the mask. So you're getting fresh oxygen at all times. Now, does it take care of many of the other problems? For instance, it is air. It is very, very comfortable to wear. I've worn it for up to 6 to 8 hours at one particular time, and it was okay. I went for a run with it. But what about CO2, the other problem where it comes out? Now, they're talking about something called positive pressure, air pressure that comes in, which means the CO2 will also go out. But first, let me show you exactly how this works.
Mask up. That is the philosophy that we've all been following religiously ever since the COVID-19 pandemic broke out. A face mask may be the first line of defense, but wearing it all day is a challenge. Uncomfortable, restrictive, breathing becomes a major issue, and you also end up inhaling your own CO2. But what if there was a mask that was comfortable to wear all day and the air we inhaled inside the mask was fresh and healthy? Sounds like a dream? Not if you have the Easy Flow mask system by Breathe Easy. So does this mask actually work? Let's find out. At first glance, the Easy Flow mask system resembles an old school Walkman. It supports an ergonomic design which makes it lightweight and portable, something very important for a device of this nature. You also get a clip-on the back of the unit which helps you put it on your belt when you want to use it. Inside the box is a high-quality N95 mask, 2 flexible pipes, a HEPA filter, a clip air portal and a lanyard. You also get a magnetic cap with the pipes. Intriguing, right? We shall reveal all soon. While the technology behind this mask is very high-tech, the operation is very simple. This is a personal air purification system that blows outside air into the mask through a HEPA filter and provides a pressurized positive airflow within. This is achieved with the help of a HEPA 13 filter inside the unit. This miniaturized filter is at work around the clock once you turn on the device, and it removes up to 99.7% of PM 2.5 particles. As per the specs, that is even better than an N95 mask. There are 3 speeds. Speed 1 is good enough for daily use, and speed 3 is great if you're walking or running. Breathe Easy provides multiple ways for a user to wield this device, including hanging it off a lanyard. However, we would suggest you clip it on your belt since that does not restrict your movement. There are also multiple ways for a user to put the pipe inside the mask. Cut a small opening in your mask and use the air portal accessory to get an airtight setup, or you can use the magnetic cap to hold the pipe in place. It's best to use the air portal system as it gives you a very good seal. You can use virtually every mask with the device and are not restricted to the one in the box. In our day-long use, it was obvious within minutes that the usual suffocation while wearing a mask was completely absent. The airflow is clean and you can feel it. The HEPA 13 filter in the device is replaceable, and a user will have to spend 150 rupees for a fresh piece every time it runs out. Even though this is a fair ask, it is still a recurring expense, but it seems like this is something you may need after a few months. The Easy Flow mask system easily lasts around a typical working day on a single charge. Time for the verdict. A unique device, this Easy Flow mask system does work. It takes a simple yet effective mechanism and solves a major issue that has plagued all of us for many months now. That being said, At 5,999 rupees, this by no means can be pitched to the masses. This is a great device, but a price under 3,000 would make this an absolute winner. Now for some questions for the person behind the mask.
Now, before I give you my verdict and what all I've experienced using it for the last 1 month, let's talk to Barun Agarwal, the man who's brought this mask to India. Thank you so much, Barun, for joining us on the show. My first quick question is the HEPA 13 filter inside the device as good as an N95 mask?
Actually, Rajiv, thank you for having me on the show. The HEPA filter on this is actually better than an N95. So you can see this is the HEPA filter, a dirty one which came out of my mask about 3 months ago, and a clean one. This is a H13 certified filter versus an N95. An N95 gives you 95% filtration efficiency, whereas an H13 gives you closer to 99.9% plus filtration efficiency. So any day of the week, this is way better than any N95 mask that you could wear.
Now, there are multiple ways that we can tuck the pipe in. I've used it like this with a cutout inside a mask, but when you're actually cutting it open, the mask itself, then it's a perfect scenario, right? But when you're tucking it in from one side, aren't we leaving a gap and breathing in everything from outside in?
It is based on the principle of positive pressurization. So the moment you're putting in air through this fan filter device into that mask that you're wearing, whether it's through a diffuser or through the hole, you've created positive pressure inside of your mask. And what that means is, think of it as a balloon. If you fill air inside a balloon and now you have a small leak in the balloon, air is going to come out. It's not going to go inside the balloon. Similarly, because it's constantly under positive pressure, air is going to leak out, but nothing is going to come in, because similar phenomena like a balloon. So hence, even if you have the tiniest of gaps, the biggest problem with masks is fit. And this device, irrespective of how you wear it, takes care of that fit issue because of the concept of positive pressure.
Now, when you're using it in an active environment, for instance, I'm taking it for a run, does it work efficiently if we go out running, wearing this? Are we breathing in CO2 also? That is the biggest problem. Does it curb that as well?
So that's, to me, the most primary issue that this particular device and mask system solves, right? I've worn it for a long flight of about 11 hours to the US, 12 hours to the US and back on the flight. And you can wear it for that much time, because what it is doing, it is taking fresh air from the outside, pushing it through that tube into your mask. So essentially you're breathing what is outside, but it is just filtered and ensured that you have the highest quality of filtration of what's going in. And even while you're running, what you're exhaling, because of that earlier concept that I described of positive pressurization, it very quickly gets dissipated out of your mask, and you end up breathing fresh oxygenated air that is coming through this device, rather than the same exhaled air that you're breathing back again with most other masks.
Thank you, Barun. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Now, I'm going to give you my verdict. I've been using it for about a month. A very, very easy device. When you wear it for the first time, you actually feel, when you wear the mask and you put this on, that amazing fresh air that comes in is very, very comfortable. I've worn it for about 8 hours. I've gone for a run with it. I think the 8 hours part and going for a walk with this and everything else works fantastic. For a run, I think there still needs to be a little bit more. I think they need to come up with a mask for very active users, which has a valve with a reverse N95. I'm going to try and do a jugaad engineering of my own and come back. But till then, the verdict is that this actually solves almost every problem to do with the mask except the price.